Two, three. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining our call today. We appreciate your attendance to our show today, Optimizing a Silicon Valley Unicorn Company Website. The work that we did with Zscaler is our focus today, and the CEO of Search Forecast, Marc Phillips, is going to go through the work we did, kind of lift up the hood and show you the work we did. Marc, before you jump in, would you mind just giving us a quick account history how Search Forecast engaged with Zscaler?
Thanks,
What
Ray.
their
Good
challenge?
morning, everyone. How are you? Yeah, I will. Zscaler, based here in Silicon Valley, California, now a unicorn, which is a billion-dollar valued company. We started working with them in 2012. They had about 50 employees at the time. Um, now they've raised over $100+ million, and we literally took their old website and modernized it, optimized it. We worked with their chief marketing officer, chief technical product people, PR, chief science officer, and chief technical officer to optimize their website. So it was a 12-month engagement. Like a lot of our work, it involved, and I'm going to take you through exactly what we did today. So let's sort of, I'll give you some overview of some of the tools that we use, like SpyView and SEMrush and PageSpeed. We'll look at some, webmaster tools, really give you some idea of how to construct the websites for maximizing marketing lead generation, and give you a sort of, as Ray said, roll up the sleeves, lift up the hood, give you an idea of the process that Search Forecast goes through to upgrade and optimize websites to increase organic traffic without expensive redesigns. We didn't redesign logos and color fonts and CSS files for Zscaler. It was really just a diagnostic analysis and a site optimization upgrade. We've done this methodology and process, refined it for 15 years now across 300 clients in many different industries across the world. So I'm going to talk today about the recommendations and how we implemented those for Zscaler 4 years ago. Probably the first thing we always do is look at Google Analytics and create a story from that. With Zscaler, they experienced tremendous bounce rate increases from visitors coming to their website and leaving. Also, their time spent viewing had increased, but they just weren't seeing conversions. They were spending money on pay-per-click and conferences and all this type of offline activity, yet management could not find their website when they were typing in keywords of products that they were selling into Google. So the first thing we do is advise clients to think about the number of pages they have on their website, the number of keywords each web page holds, and that gives a calculated number of the gross number of keywords on a website. And so content is king, but to multiply the keywords by number of pages is how you get that. So we start there, and then we think, how do we increase the number of pages? How do we increase the number of keywords on those pages? How do we grow the universe of keywords so Google and Bing and other search engines around the world understand that the website, a collection of web pages, is growing? First thing we do is we look at the competitors and the number of keywords they have in Google. And in this scenario, Zscaler compete with Bluecoat and WebSense. One had 200,000 pages, the other had 135,000 pages. Zscaler only had 6,000. Yet we knew from a lot of the keyword analysis that we did that Zscaler could compete on niche keywords. So let's talk about that. So Zscaler sell cloud security in mobile email, data, as do their competitors. And so we start to look at what type of keyword combinations their competitors have. And you can see in across websites, if you look at navigation, links, tabs, you can see where they're putting these keywords. Another great tool that we use is Amazon's Wayback Machine. It's waybackmachine.org, and you can type in URLs, web addresses, and look at what these websites were like in years gone past. So you can actually use it as a way to track changes, and that's one of the analytical tools that we use. We noticed that bluecoat.com didn't really have any, maniacal, focused, disciplined keyword presence on their website, and almost too many keywords. And Google, when they see too many keywords on a website, that it almost dilutes the keyword, right? As you would dilute recipes, if you dilute any type of science experiment, it doesn't have the impact. And so when you look at optimization of competitors, you're looking not only for the keywords that are being focused on, but also what's not being focused on. And in this sense, we found Blue Coat didn't have keywords in body copy. They didn't have a lot of links. They had too many links on their websites pages out. And that almost confuses Google as much as rewards the website. And so, they didn't have any meta tags. We knew pretty quickly that the biggest 800-pound gorilla in the room did not have a keyword and consistent optimization strategy. Webroot.com had some keywords, but they kept on repeating those keywords in all pages, which Google don't like, right? So big competitors often aren't doing it correctly. And if we look at the URLs, we saw that there was no focus of this word cloud and cloud security. And we'd got a sense of, wow, this was a new realm, a new bunch of keywords that the old guard, the old competitors weren't optimizing on. And so when we do our keyword positioning hierarchy, we know that, oh my goodness, we've found this aha moment of there are keywords that haven't been optimized on. Once we look at those keywords, we know that it's important to show the client where they're ranking now in Google and Bing and Yahoo, because that gives them a measurement stick to say, okay, this is where we are now. How do we improve? We also use it as a way to say to clients, look, it may not be a good idea to optimize on all the keywords today and in the next 3-6 months, because it does take a gestation period for the site to be updated, for Google to index it. Why don't you buy some of these keywords using AdWords and other pay-per-click engines? Because sometimes in really competitive industries, it's difficult to optimize. And I'll talk a bit more about that. You saw that, Webroot and Blue Coat were optimizing on big volume keywords like web security, email security, mobile security. We said to Zscaler, let's focus on a keyword combination called cloud security. It's got a smaller number of searches per month, but they're more targeted. And you've got to be very inclined to understand the intent of the buyer. If you're optimizing on keywords that have got a lot of volume, but doesn't have the intent and the purpose, when you get clicks coming through Google and Bing to your website, those qualified leads aren't going to convert, right? The sales guys think this is incredible. We've got a lot of leads coming to the website, but we're not converting on them. And it starts with the top of the funnel. It starts with the keyword recommendations that your keyword optimized tools are showing. So it's very important that you spend time talking, discovering, working through these with clients. The next phase is we take these keywords, as we did with Zscaler, and we thread them into the URLs, right? So You'll see here on the old Zscaler website, they were using keywords like, or words like products, services. These are not focused, right? Cloud security is very focused. So we need to remove these keywords from URLs and thread in new keywords, keywords that have got volume. What we also found is that resellers were using these different keywords, and international spiders were crawling Zscaler's website. In fact, we spoke and did quite a bit of work on translating their foreign domains into different languages with different translated websites as well. What's really important is to avoid some keywords as well. Like, don't dilute, as Blue Coat had done, different with keywords that don't make any sense, that aren't relevant. Security as a service. We saw a lot of traffic on that, but how relevant was it? The word cloud security. Remember that Zscaler are in the cloud security market, but there's also a ton of anti-malware and spyware and antivirus software that's cloud, that's internet security. And so you've got to be really careful when you're selecting keywords. The next phase is rewriting meta tags. And we take the same keyword, cloud security, and we put those keywords into the title tag and the description tag. These are the HTML code that sits on every page that Google spiders and indexes. In fact, Zscaler didn't have on many of their pages any title or description tags. The next phase is we move to how do we take these keywords into the body copy. And what's really important is once you've got consistency of the keyword in the URL, in the description tag, you've got to get it into the copy of the website. And so we talk a lot and work a lot with clients in creating and editing their existing copy. And I'll just show you one of the pages that we edited for Zscaler. You'll see we're just putting in the word cloud mobile security. We're putting in different words, cloud mobile security. So it's really important to not just work on the URL and the title tag and the description tag, but to thread these words into the body copy, as you'll see that we've done here on various pages. And so step 5, applying this key notion of keyword density into the body copy is really important. Step 6 is also important. Hyperlinking these keywords to other pages within the website is important. When we got to Zscaler, they had not a lot of keywords, no links in their body copy. So when we redesigned, re-architected, rewrote their website, we did it in harmony. There was a consistency of keyword selection across URLs, meta tags, page titles, paragraph titles, body copy. These are all the reasons why websites come up on page 1 in Google. Each page was written with a keyword density focus. And you'll see here, we color code our keywords. Include those that are green. Don't include those that are red. If you include non-relevant keywords in body copy, Google will see that page is diluted and you won't compete on this set of keywords that you want to focus on. Another client we have, LiveOps, which is a call center outsourcing company. You can see this page we wrote for them. Consistency in the keyword in the meta tag at the top, the keyword in the URL, the keyword in the page title, the keyword through the body copy, and as well as having links to internal assets like white papers and external websites. And that will give you a page 1 ranking, as you see here for call center outsourcing for Google. Other things that we do in technical services behind the scenes is we change file names of PDF files to include keywords. Zscaler had put all their assets, PDFs, case studies, resources into folders with file names that weren't keyword friendly. We changed that. We also worked on their video optimization, uploading videos, creating a YouTube channel, linking those web pages to the videos, linking the video descriptions back to those pages. Ray, you'll remember we did so much work with the BBC 4 or 5 years ago, on their iPlayer, which is a platform that's as big as Hulu. Millions of videos that we architected and made keyword rich. And most importantly is determining the home page has the right assets, the right conversion, that the home page will triage. You'll see Dell case.com, owned by Dell. We optimize this client. You'll see that we have a phone number in the top right. We have an open text field. We have green buttons that bounce off the page. And if you go to zscaler.com, you'll see here that we have the revised design. You'll see free trial, contact, you'll see learn more, right? You'll see that there are a range of different big buttons, big calls to action, images, logos. So this is really important when you're optimizing a website, that you've done the hard work getting these pages indexed in Google. When you get the user clicking on the Google result to the page, you want to capture that marketing qualified lead. This was their old website. You see that it didn't have a lot of calls to action. It didn't have those buttons. It didn't allow triage to take place. And that's what people want when they hit a home page. They want you to make it easy for them. So we do work with clients on home page optimization. We look at images. Our technical engineers spend time putting keywords into images. We work on page speed. We want to see page speeds loading fast. Google reward fast downloading websites. Page speed should be higher than sort of 90%. It's important to do compression of JavaScript files, compression of of images, to leverage the browser caching settings. So that's a whole scope of works that our engineers undertake. We also want to see some type of optimization at a global level. We've done a lot of global websites. In Zscaler's case, they had traffic coming from, as you can see here, they had a lot of traffic coming from outside the US. In fact, almost 70% of their traffic was coming from outside the US. One of the things that we've done for another client, skyboxsecurity.com, in the past is build a global directory of their resellers, their systems integrators, their service providers. And this helps Google index the website at a global level as well as at a local level. And, one of the tips that I can give out today is include Google's map into those directory pages. It's great for the distributors to be listed on the website. Those distributors and resellers often have websites, and it gives them a page to link back to. We always set up webmaster tools for clients. You need to enable it inside of Google Analytics. The way you do this is verifying a site in Webmaster Tools. And the way to do that is to include a meta tag that Google provide and put it on the homepage HTML of the website. And that will give you a lot of information. One of the things we look for is the total number of pages indexed. If you go back to the first slide where we spoke about the number of keywords that have been indexed on the site, it's important that we measure and track and monitor. And Webmaster Tools allows not just reports on the site diagnostics and how you're appearing in search, but also how many pages you're indexed. One of the ways that we do this is upload a sitemap in a .xml format to each of our client sites into their root server, and then verify that inside Webmaster Tools. That's a very quick overview today on how we optimized a Zscaler. We did a lot of work with them for a year and a half. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about a lot of the things we did, but I hope it was useful. And this is some of the sort of the phases of our project plan that we go through. I'm happy to take some questions, Ray.
Yeah, Mark, one question that came in was you showed a real clear roadmap and a clear plan. Could you explain how Search Forecast shows ROI throughout that process of that phased rollout?
Yeah, I mean, I think, a couple of ways that we show ROI, Ray, is you look at, we use external tools. We use, like SpyFu, where we can count the number of organic keywords. You can see here with Zscaler that the estimated monthly SEO click value is $5,000 that they're getting. So we're always tracking the number of keywords. We're looking at their competitors down here, right? So we're looking at different competitors, how many keywords they've got. So it's very metric, very quantitative. We can look at the number of keywords that that they're optimizing on. Companies like SpyFu help validate that and provide a monetary value. If Zscaler were to spend that to buy those clicks on AdWords, how much would it cost? Another report that we use is SEMrush, and you'll see here that again that they provide you can actually see all the different SEO here that we've done. You see a huge lift here in traffic to 7,000 uniques a month based on organic. So some of the tools are wonderful. They give you, different monetary values. But of course, we use Google Analytics. How many new users are coming from the search engines each month? Are they increasing time spent viewing? And ultimately, the marketing sales department are telling us how many of the clicks and the users are converting into real sales via registrations on the website.
That was a follow-up question, actually, as far as the quality of the leads that are coming in through the web.
Yeah, I go back to how important it is in the discovery of keywords and the analysis of the keywords. I mean, we use a triangulation model where we take keywords from tools like SpyFu and SEMrush. We analyze those keywords through looking at competitors, and most importantly, we say to our clients, are these the keywords that you want to have your website optimized on? It's not just about technically implementing those keywords in URLs and meta tags and body copy and links. It's about understanding the intent and the purpose that the customers have. And so, I use the example of security as a service, internet security. They are the wrong keywords for Zscaler. They would have given a lot more clicks, and perhaps more conversions, but they would have increased the bounce rate and not led to sales. So managing the keyword universe at a quality level is as important as managing it as a quantity level, because you have to not just drive clicks and visitors to the website, but understand what the intent of the user is, because they're the ones that are not only going to convert, but they're the ones that are going to buy the product or the service at the end of the day.
Okay, great, Mark. I just wanted to thank you very much for taking the time today, and I wanted to thank everybody who's joined the call. We want to let you get back to work, not take up too much of your time, but we look forward to you joining our next webinar, and we'll get those invites out to you as soon as we have them.
Thanks
Mark.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.